Hey everyone, Arbiter Wolf here with another weekly video. So I can finally say it, I am finally done with the 100 detailed head drawings. And with the end of this, it will allow me to go on to some other stuff that I really want to focus on for improving my drawing skills. That being said, I kind of wanted to touch on kind of the reason why I wanted to keep up with this. I think during the whole process, it became clear that maybe this wasn't the best approach to things. And kind of the big two factors of why I wanted to keep going with it was one, I just didn't want to fail at something that I said I was going to do. And the second reason is since I've already gone so far with it, I wanted to complete it even if I knew that it wasn't the best way to improve. This leads me into the issues with the 100 detailed head drawings, which is that they take quite a long time to do when you're doing both sketching and rendering. And while I don't think it's a waste of time to just draw in general, I do think though that this whole approach was probably very inefficient in terms of time management. So the rendering time and the drawing time for these uh, drawings could be upwards of 2 hours. And while that is a lot of drawing time, it isn't exactly focused in the right area. What I mean by this is that when I did do a detailed head drawing, it was generally with a reference, and like these ones, I would try to do a one for one copy. And generally, what makes a drawing good or not, I felt, was having a good base in the drawing. And if the drawing had a shitty base and I went to render it, it would look pretty bad. And I spent maybe an hour or so rendering something that was bad. Now, what I could have been doing is just doing more quicker sketches. That way, I'm getting more time focusing on the base from a reference. That way, when I actually go to do maybe a one for one like these, the base of the drawing will be good, and then I can just focus on rendering it, and then I'll have a pretty decent drawing. The other thing too is that I felt that I just needed to focus more on the fundamentals of everything. And if I took that time that I was doing these drawings and putting it more towards the fundamentals and having more of a solid base, I think that I would have seen a lot more improvement. Now, this video is just really going to be kind of my initial thoughts of everything. I'm going to probably do a more in-depth video and then probably a compilation video of the entire 100 detailed head drawings. But in total, I did 22 detailed head drawings in the last week and a half. This video is kind of going into the next week, but I just really wanted to put this all in one video instead of kind of breaking it up. So I did some detailed head drawings on Monday and Tuesday, and I finished detailed head drawing 100 today, which is Wednesday, and I finished it up in the morning. I would say after doing the 22 head drawings that the time in which I could do them was improving, but I do think that it was having some diminishing returns too. One area is that after doing a lot of them, for example, when I would get to like the 3 or 4 hour mark of doing these over and over, I would feel that the quality would just go down, and I kind of felt that my mind just needed to have a break. I think where this kind of came from is that the mind is really only able to focus on deep thinking for so long before things start to diminish. And when I was starting to hit that 3 or 4 hour marks, I was starting to see that a lot in my drawings. So that being said, throughout this process of doing the 22, the results did vary. It was not a like upward graph of improvement. The drawings that you are seeing are just some of the ones that I did. I'm not going to be showing all 22 because one, this is just going to be kind of a initial video. I'm going to follow this up with a larger video of kind of the overall takeaways from this whole process. But if you are interested in seeing the drawings, I do have them on my X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and that will be linked in the description. The other reason too that I don't want to do all 22 is that it would just look kind of crazy with just the super speed that it goes through all of them. And also, I'm worried about my computer not handling it during the rendering process, so it's better to kind of leave that for a different video. I will say with these is that I did do just one for ones with just copying from reference, specifically the anime style for references, and I really felt towards the end of it that going forward it's just something I want to get away from, and I want to be more focused on using references from real life and then trying to either turn that reference into a anime style or kind of a semi-realistic style. Because when I'm like using a anime style reference, its proportions can change style to style, and it's not really good at getting kind of a consistent feel for how things should look. I think I could better do that with just trying to find my own way and style with a real life image. So that kind of leads into what is next. And the big thing is, I have been going through the draw box lessons. Right now, I'm on his 250 box challenge. So that means I'm already through lesson one, and I'm just going to do this challenge to go into lesson two. But I was really liking the course, and I think one of the big things is that I needed some more structure. So I think in the next upcoming weeks, I'll be focusing pretty heavily on just going through the draw box lessons. The other thing, too, that I'll be planning out is just mapping out some study plans for improving my art and also looking into planning for a new project. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I am going to be, like I said, putting out a video of just my whole thoughts of the entire 100 detailed head drawings. And then I'll put a video out of just going from 1 to 100. So if you guys like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and then I will see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.